Welcome to the Early Morning Light podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Early, and on this podcast, I share life-changing tips, tools, information, motivation, and inspiration to bring light to your life as you tune in to the Early Morning Light podcast. Man, I tell you, this is a very exciting time of the year for me. That's right. It is March Madness, baby. That's right. It kicked off today and it's going down in the month of March. We all know it. A lot of us are glued to the TV watching these games. But March Madness, why is it called March Madness? Well, the reason it's called March Madness is because of three key factors. There's others, but there's three factors that are in play during March Madness. It's the intensity of the tournament. I mean, these teams going out and just laying it all on the line. I mean, everyone comes into this tournament, whether you're a number 1 seed or a number 16 seed, everyone comes in with the goal of winning the national championship. That's right, of winning every game, ending up in that national championship game and winning that game. I mean, no one comes into this tournament thinking, we just want to win a few games, maybe get to the Sweet 16 or maybe the Elite 8 and just win a few games and just be glad that we showed up. No, I believe that everyone who steps on the court for every game believes that they have a chance to win and wants to win the national championship. I mean, these guys have been training all their life. So the intensity that you see on the court as they're scrapping for loose balls, as they are making steals and going coast to coast and blocking shots and hitting 3-pointers. I mean, that intensity is because they all want to win and they're laying it all out there. And that's what we love about it. The other thing we love is the unpredictability, believe it or not. We are glued to the unpredictability of the fact that on any given night, a 16 seed, a 14 seed can be knocked off by a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 3 seed. It goes down every year. The unpredictability of a Cinderella, as we call it, team that comes into the tournament not expected to win a game, making it all the way down to the Elite 8 or maybe even the Final 4. I mean, it happens, right? That's what draws us in to March Madness. The other piece is just the pure excitement of the games. I mean, these guys are laying it all out there. There's ups and downs and roller coaster swings in the games. There's last second shots. I mean, just excitement as you watch these games. And if you have an allegiance to a certain team, your favorite team, I mean, the excitement of seeing your team winning games. I mean, this is exciting. It's exciting. So March Madness refers to that 3-week period from March to April when the tournament takes place. I mean, we're going from basically 68 teams with the play-in games down to 64, and then all the way down to 2 teams in the national championship game going at it, trying to win that championship. And somebody's going to win. Starts with 68, goes to 64. Tournament really kicks off. Game after game, they're laying it all on the line. They're competing. They're hustling. They're trying to win that championship. That's what draws us into this thing. So when I think about it, I think, what is it about it? And this is what I believe. I believe that most, if not all of us, would like to have a March Madness event or situation in our own life, whether it is a business venture that we want to start, maybe a multi-million-dollar business or a business that impacts the world in bigger ways than we've ever imagined. Maybe it's a developing a network of people who are doing purposeful work. It could be volunteer, nonprofit work. It can be whatever, but we all, I believe, would like to have more March Madnesses in our lives, more situations in our lives, and we're pursuing something worthy, something big, in which we feel that sense of unpredictability, in which we feel that sense of excitement, in which we feel that sense of intensity. When we're really pursuing something that is important to us, when we're really trying to make something big happen and live a purposeful life, man, I tell you, when we're trying to do those things, there's something about the intensity that feeds us. And that's what March Madness does for us, I believe, as we watch these games, as we get glued in. And some of us, let's just face it, we're going to be on the couch or in front of the TV with eating too many snacks, drinking too many drinks for the next 3.5 weeks, just glued in to March Madness, baby. Some of us, maybe a lot of us, will be doing that. But here's my question. What is your March Madness? What is it that could bring March Madness to your own life, to your own pursuits, in which you could feel that sense of intensity, where you could feel that sense of unpredictability, even though it's uncomfortable? I know unpredictability can be uncomfortable, but anything big that we're pursuing, there's going to be some unpredictability. That's where we grow towards that thing, whatever it is. That's how we take those bigger steps than we've ever taken before, is by stepping into the unpredictable. That's how we find a way to knock off the number one seed, is by things being unpredictable. That's how we feel that sense of excitement, is by pursuing something that is our March Madness. What is your championship pursuit? What is it? And then what 64 teams or 64 obstacles, what challenges are you going to have to go through in order to get from the first game down to the championship, whatever that means to you? I want to encourage you as you watch March Madness throughout this next 3.5 weeks, as you're watching the games, go ahead, have your snacks, whatever. I know I mentioned the snacks, but I like snacks too. Enjoy your snacks, enjoy your drinks. But as you're watching, take some time to just tune in to that feeling you get as you're watching March Madness. If you're a journaler, I encourage you to journal at some point. What does this mean to you? Like, what are you feeling as you're watching March Madness? As you're watching game after game, unpredictable moment after unpredictable moment, exciting moment after exciting moment, intense moment after intense moment, because we know it's going to happen. What does that feel like? And then what does that mean to your life? What is it about March Madness that draws you in, that feeds you? What does it feed in your life? Because I guarantee you there's something about March Madness that feeds us. And I believe it's because there is a desire that we all have, or most of us have, to be pursuing something with intensity, to be pursuing something that's exciting, overcoming the unpredictability, embracing the unpredictability in pursuit of that thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it is a business for you. I don't know if it's a network, as I said. I don't know if it's some invention or something that you're going to do that's going to absolutely change the world. I don't know what it is, but I know there's a reason why you tune into March Madness. I know there's a reason why we're going to give up hours and hours of productivity time to tune into this thing that we call March Madness. And I love it. I love it. There's nothing critical about it. I love March Madness. I love what it means to me. And I'm going to take some time this March Madness, to tune in and to get more clarity on what does this mean? Why am I drawn into March Madness? What is it about? What is it about watching these 18 to 22-year-olds who've been playing this game we call basketball for all of their lives? What is it about watching them pursue that national championship game after game, laying it all on the line? Blood, sweat, tears, and many other things. What is it about it that draws us in? I encourage you, spend some time thinking about that as you watch. Enjoy the games. I mean, I'm going to enjoy them. I mean, again, favorite time of the year. In fact, as soon as I get off, as soon as we finish this podcast, I'm going to go tune in to whatever team is playing right now. And hopefully my bracket is still intact. I don't know. I mean, I'm already a little down in my bracket, but I still have hope. I still believe there's some unpredictable things that are going to happen, and that there's going to be some intense moments in the games with the teams that I want to win, and they're going to pull these games out, and and I'm going to come out on top in my bracket. That's what I believe. That's what March Madness does to me. I still believe that, even though I've already lost 2 games. So what is it for you? What is it that March Madness does for you? If I see you in my daily life, I would love to hear from you what March Madness does for you. This is Tracy Early. Thank you for tuning in to the Early Morning Light podcast. For those of you who are tuning in week after week, I appreciate it. I'm going to continue to attempt to bring light to your life with the Early Morning Light podcast week after week. Like this podcast on all the platforms. Tell all your friends to tune in, and we can continue to produce the Early Morning Light podcast and add light to your life. This is Tracy Early. Talk to you soon.